to the show and the character?
Well, I was on ecstasy when that drug so I was really just very open to everything. Well, actually, initially it was a chance to work with Ken, because I knew Ken a little bit. We'd worked together a little bit, and then then it just seemed like a fun show, and especially when I found out that who they were putting in the rest of the cast. So it was just a great group of people to get to hang out with every day.
What is it you like about multicam? Obviously, having done several now.
Multicamera, well, it's the best life in the world for an actor, and it's the most fun because you get to rehearse all week and then put on a show, and your week has and you have this sense of completion at the end of your week. So it's not like you. At the end of the week, you've created an episode of television, and when you're doing a single camera show, you don't really have that sense of it, because everything's chopped up into little bits, and everything is, you never really know what's going on. And you sort of feel like you made a show, So, but it really is, it's all geared up for that performance in front of a live audience, and that tension of whether they laugh or not is a big part of how you perform it.
Snobby TV writers have been predicting the death of the multi-camera comedy for a while now.
Well, yes.
Decades now.
Well, they predicted the death of multi-camera for quite a while, but this comes right after they spent decades saying that single-camera comedies were terrible. They used to kill every single-camera show on television. The press shows like Bakersfield PD, one of the best shows ever made, but it was a single-camera show, so nobody watched it. And this, it's just, format. Anytime you declare a format dead, you're going to wind up looking like an idiot. Because people have declared the end of sketch comedy 100 times. People have declared the end of Saturday Night Live specifically 1,000 times. People have declared the end of everything, and they're always wrong. And the only thing that things go in waves. And like the '90s, the best entertainment in North America was multicam sitcoms. In the '90s, you had the best writing in the world was happening on multicam sitcoms, and so it's all just about a matter of doing a good job.
So you don't take any stock in that?
No, it's ridiculous. And people that sort of inherently go, "Oh, multicam is inferior art form to single camera," I would remind them, just tell me, which do you think is a greater artistic achievement, the Dick Van Dyke Show or Gilligan's Island? Because Gilligan's Island is a single camera show, and so was, Andy Griffith was a single camera show, but, you've got Dick Van Dyke, Mary Tyler Moore Show, you've got The Honeymooners, you've got All in the Family, some really culturally significant, things have happened in multicam.
But Gilligan had The Professor and Mary Ann.
Yes, Gilligan did have that. Yeah.
Talking multicams, talking live episodes. You did Hot in Cleveland with both Albert Stein and Ken Jeong.
I did, a live broadcast.
Now, did that help you get this role because you were the first to cast?
I don't know. I think it helped me get this role that Ken likes me. That went a long way. Yeah, that overrode so many people disliking me.
Between news radio and here, you're the boss man twice. What about you says authority figure?
I think it's my countenance, my strength of character, my efficiency, of thought. I don't know. Well, it's different because in this one I'm the boss man, but not the everyman. So it's different.
Certainly not. That's true.
Yeah.
We would hope not.
News radio.
Not the everyman.
Yes, news radio. I was the everyman.
Do you still talk to Maura Tierney?
Whenever she'll let me.
Because you guys are on two very different shows right now.
Yes. I have trouble with her show because I get very mad at that guy for cheating on her. I get very defensive. Actually, I did dinner with Maura in Toronto a little while back, and sort of said, I just get so angry I can't enjoy the show. So you go, why would you cheat on Maura?
Did you think when you were doing Kids on the Hall that you would be working non-stop afterwards? Like you are now?
No, I don't know. I never thought I guess I never really thought I'd be in show business this long, or even at all. I didn't, you know. So no, this is a wonderful. Every day, it's a wonderful surprise that I'm still working.
Well,
I can see why.
Yeah.
there have been experiments this season on another comedy of going all live. Can
Yeah.
you envision yourself wanting to do that for either this show for an episode or even longer?
Well, doing the Hot in Cleveland was the only time I've ever done a live broadcast, and it was incredible. It was like really fun, and the weirdest part about doing an all live episode is how quickly it's over, because you're used to you doing a recording in front of the audience. It's usually like a 3-hour shoot night is a pretty tight night for a sitcom. So doing that Hot in Cleveland, the show was over in half an hour. We started and then it was over, and it's like what? And I thought, wow, what that must have been like back in the 50s when everything was like that. So I don't know, but I'm guessing they're probably having a pretty good time doing it that way.
Do you wonder what else they're going to do to you on the show? They almost had you shoot off your pinky toe. They had you break 2 fingers. If history is any indication, I'm guessing they'll keep pushing it as far as they can. Lord knows. I think I was like sitcoms. I always say the first season is kind of amoeba-like, and you don't really know what your characters are until your second season, really, on any sitcom. And I think right now it's just we're finding out just how crazy Pat is.
Have you solicited medical advice from Ken?
I have. Yeah. Actually, when we were doing the pilot, I wasn't feeling well, and Ken gave a preliminary diagnosis before I saw a regular doctor.
And was he right?
He was, yeah.
So it was dementia.
I had yes.
Do you actively participate in the live tweeting?
In the live tweeting, I've done a little bit, not as much, because I've had some family issues. My father-in-law was sick the last.
Okay.
So
Is he
Can
getting better?
He's getting better. Yeah.
we expect you to participate in the coming weeks?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
once things get better, of course.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
Would you consider yourself tech savvy?
I'm tech savvy. I'm not, but I wouldn't call myself social media savvy, really. Except for Twitter, I'm pretty good with.
Okay.
Facebook, I find unusable now. I used to like Facebook.
The new updates?
I used to like Facebook when it came out. Now I just find my account got hacked, and so it's so now it's too many people on it.
Is that one of the biggest differences from Kids in the Hall to news radio to doing the show now? Is social media or?
Well, that connection to the public, that immediate, unfiltered connection to the public is amazing, and yes, definitely new. I mean, although I have to say, Kids in the Hall was one of the first shows on TV to have an online presence. Like, we were huge at altcomedy.net, bulletin board sites, and that's what it all was back in those days in the 90s, with the bulletin boards. And we used to go on those, and we were like, I think we had one of the largest online presences in the 90s,
Because you play the straight man on the show, is it hard not to crack up during some of the scenes? And is it hard for people not to laugh at you? Because I just find you naturally hysterical.
Yeah. On this show, my character's a little weirder than definitely a weirder guy than Dave was on news radio. Like Pat's one of the, he's one of the lunatics, which is nice. Well, sometimes it's fun to break Ken up. Ken's a great audience, so that's fun. Yeah, he's the Valerie Bertinelli of this show.
And yet you had sex with her on Hot in Cleveland.
I'm hoping for Ken too.
You have the yacht.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see where the stories go.